Good afternoon, class. My name is Wesley Espada. For our environmental problems that affect Puerto Rico, I decided to do my research on water pollution, mainly focusing on beach contamination. Our objective is for, at the end of this presentation, the audience should be able to understand these four important points. 1. The three possible causes of beach contamination. 2. How long it takes for matter to disintegrate. 3. Secondary effects that beach contamination may have in the environment. And 4. Some solutions to resolve this problem. In order to know how our oceans become contaminated, we must understand what water pollution is. So water pollution is defined by the contamination of water bodies such as lakes, rivers, and oceans. In other words, any change or modification in the chemical, physical, or biological properties of water is considered to be contaminated. Most of the pollution are caused by human activities. In order to detect water pollution, a small sample has to be taken from the water bodies and taken to the lab to be evaluated. According to Primera Hora, 11 beaches were under surveillance last July due to high levels of bacteria. The picture provided by Surfrider shows the representation of 13 beaches all the way from Añasco to Isabela, where 9 of these 13 are under red or yellow flag. The colors represent the levels of bacteria found on the beach, red being high levels of bacteria, yellow being medium levels of bacteria, and green representing low levels of bacteria. As we can see, there are more beaches that are medium and high levels than there are of low levels. Some possible factors that could cause contamination in our beaches are wastewater discharge, poor drainage, and waste left behind by us. Wastewater discharge is defined by any water that is contaminated by us humans. This can be anything from washing our teeth and spitting the toothpaste in the sink, or the water that goes down the drain after a shower because it contains soap which has chemical components. In most cases, it's toilet waste, which contain feces, urine, and toilet paper. This usually goes down the sewer, where eventually ends up in one of two places. 1. A septic tank in our backyards, or 2. A sewage treatment plant. This leads us to our second factor in beach pollution, which is poor sewage drainage. When it rains a lot, the water usually goes through the street sewers and eventually ends up in the rivers. If you're like me and live in Mayagüez, all of our wastewater finishes in Rio Yagüez and end up in the ocean along the Mona Passage. But what happens when our sewers are overloaded with trash and the water can't flow correctly? Blocked sewers cause overflow of water. Since the water can't flow correctly, it finds a new path, which would be along the streets. As it moves along the streets, it continues to collect the trash in the street. Not too long ago, it rained a large amount and caused floods in Trastalleres and El Litoral, along the shores of Mayagüez. This was due by a large amount of reasons. Our sewers are not capable of filtering this amount of rain, and second, the blocked sewers did not allow the water to flow correctly. We can also see trash being swept by the water that was left behind in the streets. And third, our waste left behind is our third and leading factor when it comes to beach contamination. According to Conserve Energy, littering is our main source of ocean pollution. As we saw from the past slides, not only the trash left behind on the beach, but also in the streets end up in the ocean and cause beach contamination. Even if it doesn't get dragged by rainwater, strong winds can push debris from far away and end up in the ocean. Debris such as plastic bags and plastic bottles and aluminum cans can cause problems for sea animals because they tend to confuse it with food and try to eat it, which causes them to choke and die. In the picture provided above, we can see the before and after of Noche de San Juan, where all the trash is left behind and and transport it to the beach because we have a natural tendency to already leave it there when we party. Some people might think that all this trash will eventually disintegrate with time. To some extent, they are correct. What they don't know is how long it takes for it to actually completely be gone. If we look at the chart, we see that paper towel only takes 2 to 4 weeks, which is not that long. If we continue to go up the chart, we can see that the years add up. If we look, a cigarette filter takes from 1 to 5 years. Leather takes up to 50 years. Rubber boot takes from 50 to 80 years. Aluminum cans from anywhere 80 to 200 years. And glass bottles take up to 1,000,000 years to disintegrate completely. In other words, it takes way too long. Some secondary effects that beach contamination might have are shown in the diagram. Let's say there is a factory near a beach and it deposits its chemical waste in the shore. This shore is now contaminated along with the animals that inhabit this area. The father takes his son out to fish and catch a nice big fish along this area. They take it home to celebrate his son's first catch. According to poison control, eating a contaminated fish could possibly cause escombroid and ceguera, which both cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, muscle weakness, etc. Although treatment is available, but some symptoms may last for from months up to years. It could also cause acid rain. When it rains, it naturally has a pH, which is a scale in order to measure the acidity or basicity of solution of anywhere 5 to 6 in the pH scale, which is neutral. During the precipitation, rainwater dissolves gases such as carbon dioxide and oxygen. The industry now emits great large amount of sulfuric oxides and carbon monoxide, which are acidifying gases from contaminated water bodies and dissolve in rainwater, causing a change in the pH precipitation from 5 to 6, which is neutral, to 4 in the scale, which is now acidic. The lower the pH, the more acidic the solution is. So when it rains, it has a lower pH than it is supposed to, and this is considered acidic rain. Some possible solutions could be to teach the kids the importance of water pollution, monitor the beaches as much as possible, more recycling and trash bins along the beaches, and to take your trash with you. If we're looking for a long-term and doable solution, I would say to educate kids from an early age the importance of recycling, giving them community hours so that they could see how much trash we really do leave behind. Also, giving science fair where the theme is water pollution or recycling. For a faster solution, we can monitor the beaches with a lifeguard. This could have someone tell them if it is safe to get in the beach or because if it has high bacterial levels. Some actions that are being taken care of right now is Ley 72 of 1992, which is signed by Alejandro Garcia Padilla, in order to prohibit the use of plastic bags in business establishments, such as supermarkets. Although it was supposed to start July 1st in 2016, it is supposedly to officially start as of January 1st, 2017. It may not be a big step into completely restoring our beaches, but it is a small step that could help take one factor of our beaches by promoting the use of recycled bags. That will be all for my presentation. Thank you.